Hello students, now we will discuss about principle of calculating safe distances between buildings. Course outcome. On completion, students will be able to calculate how to construct the buildings at safe distance. Introduction. The principle of calculating safe distances between buildings often referred to as fire separation distances. Safe distances are determined based on a combination of factors including fire resistance, building usage, height, and the potential for fire spread. Principles of calculating safe distance. Purpose of safe distance. Fire containment to prevent or slow the spread of fire from one building to another. Protection of life and property to ensure adequate space to protect occupants and adjacent properties from fire and heat exposure. Building use. Different building uses have different fire loads and risks. Building heights. Taller buildings generally require greater distances due to the potential for vertical fire spread and increased exposure. Construction type. Buildings made of more fire resistant materials. Fire load. The amount of combustible materials and fuel load within the building affects how much distance is needed to prevent fire spread. Fire resistance rating. The fire resistance rating of walls, partitions, and other structural elements influences the required distance between buildings. Calculation methods. Building Code Guidelines. Natural Building Code NBC of India and International Building Code IBC. Fire resistance distance calculation. Tables and charts. Codes and standards often provide tables and charts that specify minimum distances based on building height, type, and occupancy. Formulas. Specific formulas or equations might be used to calculate safe distances considering factors such as the fire load and fire resistance ratings of the building components. Fire load and hazard classification. Fire load calculation. The fire load of a building, amount of combustible materials can influence the required distance. Hazard classification. Buildings are classified based on their fire hazards. Practical consideration. Site layout. Placements of buildings, roads, and access routes affects the calculation of safe distances. Ventilation and openings. Openings such as windows and doors might impact fire spread and thus influence the required separation. Thank you.